Good afternoon, tutor and mates. My name is Santiago Edixon Moreno Preciado. This is my summary about of the topic Should More Gun Control Laws Be Enacted? The United States has 100.5 guns per 100 people, or about 393,347,000, which is the highest total and per capita number in the world. 22% of Americans own one or more guns, 35% of men and 12% of women. Proponents of more gun control laws state that the Second Amendment was intended for militias, that gun violence would be reduced, that gun restrictions have always existed, and that a majority of Americans, including gun owners, support new gun restrictions. The current gun control debate. Largely, the current public gun control debate in the United States occurs after a major mass shooting. There were at least 176 mass shootings between January 2000 and July 2014. Proponents of more gun control obtained one more laws to try to prevent the mass shootings and call for smart gun laws, background checks, and more protections against the mentality of buying guns. According to a February 20, 2018 Quinnipiac poll taken shortly after the February 14 mass shooting at Major Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, 66% of American voters support stricter gun control laws. In the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic, the 2020 COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic caused gun sales to rise and result in a conflict between the NRIAE and several states when gun and ammo shops were not included in an essential business during stay-at-home orders. The FFFB conducted over 3.7 million gun background checks in March 2020 for the sale of 1.9 million guns in the United States, the second highest number of gun sales on the 1 month after January 2013. We saw gun sales reach 2 million following President Obama's election and the December 14, 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary school shooting. Is there gun control in Colombia? Gun possession in Colombia is restricted, though the country's constitution of 1991 includes an article guaranteeing civilians the right to possess and carry a gun by obtaining a permit from the government. The country's primary regulations are governed by the Colombian legal system and penal code. Civilians 18 and older can purchase and carry small caliber handguns and shotguns with barrels of 22 inches or less with licenses for the purpose of self-defense. To obtain a gun possession permit valid for 10 years, applicants must pass criminal and mental background checks and prove their ability to use firearms. Illegal gun possession carries between 4 and 15 years in prison. If a gun license holder is found guilty of domestic violence, the person may have his or her permit suspended or revoked. Finally, I disagree that any natural person can use any type of weapons in Colombia. Since it lends itself to greater risk of attacks and deaths in our country. Since weapons can fall into the wrong hands and a tragedy can occur. I also think that the armed and police forces are the only people authorized and designed to use them, as long as with the greatest discipline and responsibility. Finally, illegal arms trafficking in Colombia is serious, with terrorists and drug trafficking groups continue to emerge in our country. Thank you very much. Bye bye.